Hello everyone, I'm your host Joey Medina, and you're watching Funny for Latinos. And no, you don't have to be a Latino to enjoy this. You just need to be really good around the garden, enjoy spicy foods, and live with your parents until you're 35. And if you don't believe me, ask our first comedian, Raymundo. He still lives at home with his mom.
I call my mom to let her know I'm here. My mother worries about me. Ever since I was a kid, mijito, you be careful. No matter where I go, Mom, at the Grand Canyon, I don't fall. When I was a kid, I'd get in the car with my mom and she's driving on the passenger. Every time she hit the brakes, you know, people like that. Driving me nuts. I finally had to look at her. I was like, Mother, could you quit with the little arm protection thing? She goes, hey, I do it because I care about you. Like, you do because you can't freaking drive, all right, Mother? I mean, let's not confuse that with love. I mean, sure, I survived an accident, but I'm rendered mute from a forearm to the thorax. Spend the rest of my life talking like this. We've all heard those people, they have that thing in their throat from smoking too much, like at the grocery store, you can hear them 8 aisles away, like, hey, they're gonna get a can of beef.
Wow, Alex's mother sounds as violent as my mom. I mean, my mom would hit me with the iron. Sure, it hurt, but my clothes were always pressed. Our next clip comes from a very funny friend of mine, Ace Guillen.
Ace Guillen is my name. It's not my real name. My real name's Angel. What happened was I was abandoned as a child and eventually raised by a pack of wild Mexicans. And, yeah, I know. It's weird because, I come from one of those families that's very proud, you know what I mean? Like, my dad, he's like Mexican Indian, so he's very proud of his heritage, you know what I mean? He's like 6 feet tall, red skin, big nose. He looks like that Indian from the old Bugs Bunny cartoons that has a secret, you know that? I know something, I won't tell. That guy. And he only watches films where he thinks there's a Mexican actor in the movie. And the other day he was watching Star Wars, and I'm like, why are you watching Star Wars? He says, because Chewbacca's Mexican, man. I'm like, why would you think Chewbacca's Mexican? He's like, think about it. He's brown, he's hairy, he doesn't speak English. He's a good mechanic. Everybody calls him Chewie.
I couldn't agree more with Ace's dad. Another movie character I always knew was Mexican was E.T. I mean, think about it. He was short, brown, barely spoke English, and he stole that bike. E.T., I think, was short for Eddie Torres. Our next clip comes from a comedian that looks strangely enough like a magician. Let's see what jokes he has up his sleeves. Gonzalez.
It's true, I did. I grew up in private school. I'll be honest, man. I'm not that hardcore. I'm really not. My cousin Chavo, he's hardcore. Chavo, everybody's got a cousin Chavo. He's hardcore, man. He's so hardcore, he just smiles and it's hardcore. He's like, I can't do that. The closest thing I ever came to a gang fight was being cast in the musical West Side Story. Yeah, which is odd because like when fights would break out, I'd be like the weirdo in the back, you know, trying to look hard. I'm like... And then my time would come, right? The guy would come up to me, like square off, and I'm like... Jazz hands! And I'll tell you, when Paco's coming at you with a shiv, jazz hands just don't cut it. That's probably why they called me a coco growing up. That's another Mexican word there, Whitey. Coco, it's Spanish for coconut, which basically means that they were saying that I'm brown on the outside, white on the inside. As if you didn't see that already. Which really sucked for my brother, because he's gay, so they call him Cocoa Puffs.
Abracadabra, I'm back. Well, so far you've seen Raymundo, Ace Guillen, and Gonzalez. Next up is another comedian whose name also starts with the letter A, except this one P's sitting down. Not because they're lazy, but because she's a girl, and her name is Angela Johnson.
One thing I love about being Mexican is that we're very family-oriented. we take our family with us everywhere we go. Right? Yeah. Whether we couldn't find a babysitter or whatever, they'll wait in the car then. No, but yeah, even if you're not related to us, we'll still make you feel like you are. You know what I mean? As soon as you walk in the door, we'll make you a burrito. We'll ask you for a ride to the store real quick. Or we'll probably spank one of your kids. Because that's what we do, we spank kids. They don't have to be our own kid. Anybody's kid. Walking by, getting an attitude, hey, watch your mouth. Who told you could talk like that? Huh? Who said? Oh, look, now you want to cry? Oh, you were a tough guy a minute ago. Get up. Get up. Go tell your mom I spanked you. Go ahead. Go tell her. Hey, lady, come get your kid. I did you a favor. Go tell her. I don't care.
I told you she was a girl. Hey, and not too bad on the eyes either. Forget about spanking other people's kids. That girl can spank me anytime. I'm Joey Medina, and join me next time for another episode of Funny for Latinos.